It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and I am in Pacific Beach today, checking in on this little coral reef tapestry that we put in about 6 months ago. I got a 911 email from our client with a photo of this poor, tragic little Aeonium sunburst that clearly has gone over the bridge. Other Aeonium sunbursts in this installation are hanging in there, but for whatever reason, that one decided to die. So I thought, what a great opportunity, since I haven't seen the garden in 6 months, to bring you guys along and let's just take a look and see what's going on. On the subterranean drip, it's just watered regularly, and that can be a little challenging as we move through the seasons. I always try to choose plants that I know are tough and will tolerate a little abuse. I hand water my garden. I'm real instinctual with my watering, but many people aren't, and they want the convenience of just having it be automatic. So ultimately, as you can see, everything looks pretty darn good. There's some plants that are exhibiting a little bit of stress, and we of course did have that one Aeonium casualty, but all in all, it looks fantastic. So this isn't a service today. I'm just here to replace a dead plant, but you know me, I can't do just that. I'm going to do a little fluff and buff and take you along on the ride. So first, as we were pulling up to this installation, I noticed that this Aeonium sunburst has gotten a little leggy and doesn't look great here anymore. So I immediately thought, well, gosh, yeah, I can take this one out of here and pop it in where that other one died. And because all the other Aeoniums are doing fine in this garden, I'm not worried about putting the same plant in where one tanked, because I don't think it tanked because of the location. I think it tanked because it just tanked. And yes, I hope you're taking notes and you can absolutely quote me on that. What happened to that Aeonium sunburst? It tanked. Why? Because it tanked. Oh yeah. Sometimes there's just no real explanation, or genetically it's a little weak, or sometimes it's microclimates.
What are you pulling off the front?
Yeah, I'm these under leaves that are all burnt. This is really typical in the summertime. It's just massively heat stressed. So because these are the bottom leaves, it's not the new growth, it's perfectly fine to pull them off if they offend your aesthetic sensibilities. Okay, all right, I'm going to take this over here. We're going to pull out the one that croaked. Yeah, I mean, it's not wet. It's not, bone dry either, but it's definitely not irrigation. It's not a problem. It just died. Okay, we'll pop this one in its place. Looks great. And now, because I'm here and I've got my handy dandy multi-tool, I'm also going to take this opportunity to trim this Portulacaria afra variegata off of some of the rock. They know, the Bartleys know to give me a call in about 6 months to come do a formal maintenance. But again, since I'm here, I'll just do a little fluffing and buffing. So we'll trim that. We'll trim, you can't even see this rock, look at this. And Portulacaria, you can take pieces of this and stick it in the ground and it may root. I haven't had a lot of luck with that. Typically, I just prune the Portulacaria in the traditional way, kind of like you're trimming hair, giving a haircut. See, it doesn't look bad. Just trim away some of those longer pieces. Oh my gosh, yeah, see, look, we've got a really cool, look at that cute little cactus. Completely buried. I didn't even see that. So when we come back to do the first 1-year service, I may even rethink this Portulacaria and do something else here if it's going to be that recalcitrant. And this Lycopoidioides is defying all expectations. I don't use this plant a whole heck of a lot because it doesn't, in my experience, it doesn't always hold up real well over time, but it has defied my expectations and it looks terrific. Okay, we'll just deadhead this little blue elf. Oh yeah, and take a look here at these sad little Aeoniums. This is nothing more than summer stress. I promise. These are going to bounce back and be gorgeous. But in the meantime, what you can do, you know, if a plant's just pouting and it's not, clearly not dead, but it's not looking its best, is you can apply a little what I call smoke and mirrors. So I'm just going to soften up the soil around this plant. And I'm going to get into Santa's sack here. And I'm going to pull out some stuff that I brought from home. I brought some tough stuff, knowing that I had some summer stressed plants. I brought some stuff that I know will not mind the stress. I've got a little cute little Fred Ives, and this is the candle and the birthday cake part of the presentation. See what I'm doing there? These are cotyledon mint truffles, tough as nails. So you can take and pop cuttings of really tough plants such as cotyledon mint truffles in amongst the plants that are looking a little stressed. Because we ran, now that I think about it, we ran this irrigation first and then we put the soil on top. So on these mounded sections, I don't think the plants have enough of a root system yet to really make a heck of a lot of contact with the irrigation. So they probably would really benefit from a little extra support, and I will let my client know that if they could come out with a bucket or a watering can once a week and just slop water on the areas that are looking particularly dry, I think we will be good to go. Check this out. Look at this. This little Euphorbia millii. Come on! I mean, really? There's two plants. One behind it, just on fire, just looking terrific. All of the other millii in this garden are looking fantastic. And then that one is just pouting its head off. So I'm going to let that ride because I think it's going to be okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, I mean, the Harmsii, the Echeveria Harmsii, the Crassula platyphylla. Oh my gosh, everything is just looking great. The Ruchia, remember this is a plant that I talk about a lot that, you know, I've kind of mixed luck with this. In some gardens it does great, in others it doesn't, and I'm not exactly sure why. It's doing great in this garden, so that's a plus. Our client also asked what to do about spiders. He said he's got webs everywhere. And I educated him. I told him that spiders are, for the most part, beneficials in a succulent garden, meaning they don't harm the plants, but they will actually eat some of our predatory insects, and their webs will catch others. So I told him, don't kill the spiders, support them, and when they're done with their webs and there's no evidence of spider, just come through and, you know, do a little housekeeping. It's all good. So yeah, oh my, I could stay here for hours and just putter. And if I were here on a service, I would also pull up all of these river rocks and reset them and fluff up this black lava rock, but I'm not here for a service, so I need to restrain myself. I'm trimming these blooms off because they're clearly done. Okay. Oh, this looks tight, doesn't it? That mangave. This whole area here, I think this portulacaria can probably be trimmed back a little since I won't be here. Oh, there's one little weed. I won't be here for another 6 months. So I cut that back a little bit. It doesn't eat the garden proper. Yeah, this all looks really good. See how this is just looking a little stressed? Again, just a little watering can with a little extra support, I think, is in order, and I will definitely make that recommendation. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna go see if I can locate said watering can and give these plants just a little bit of love, clean up my mess, and get on my way. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day in Pacific Beach, 6 months in. Bye, guys.